Good morning, everyone. Of course, I am super excited and happy. Happy New Year to everyone. Uh, Happy holiday for those of you who are still celebrating. It is actually January 2nd, 2023. It is 2023, y'all. I told y'all this year would be 2022 went by so quickly and so fast. And here we are again in January of 2023. I hope you had an amazing holiday. I hope you have had an amazing, year. And now, with everything, it is time to get down to business as usual. First, I want to say thank all of you for the calls, the texts, the emails, all of that for my birthday. You guys know I love to turn up on my birthday. I love to actually celebrate my birthday because birthdays are very important to me when it comes to um, my own personal thing, because I believe that you should celebrate, the time that you have on this earth and actually enjoy your life, right? And so I'm super excited about that. So thank you for the calls, for the texts, for all of that stuff. It was beautiful. I had a great time. So, if you know, I am the founder of this project, the I'm Loving Me project, where we inspire you to love yourself. This is the Inspiration in 30 that happens Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30, and I'm here, and I'm excited. And one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about today for your inspiration, I know you probably still, in vacation mode, trying to get yourself together. You probably did your vision board. You probably said what you're going to do for this new year and how you was going to get better with your life. But here's what I would ask you. What piece of you needs to change in order for this year to be your best year ever? What piece of you needs to change in order for you to make this year your best year ever? What are some of the things that you know that you just can't do anymore that you would need to put a stop to? And are you willing to go ahead and do those things and stick to them so you can have what you want, right? I ask that question because every year I always ponder on my goals, where I'm going, what it is that I need to do and change. And that's one of the questions that I ask myself, right? As we move into this new year and we are working towards the things that we want, and we said that we was going to change certain things about ourselves, and we said that we was going to move to a different elevation in our life. What does that look like? What are the small tweaks we have to do in order to get there? We're not going to do what everybody else is doing. You make these affirmations, you do these vision boards, you say you're going to stick to it. And now here it is, January 2nd, and you running for the hills, right? You done wrote a whole entire list, and now you're saying that you are going to make it happen. You probably not on this inspiration in 30 because you said you was going to get up and you was going to go to the gym. Well, what are the little tweaks you have to do within yourself to keep those things consistent? What are the things that you have to do to really make that change? And one of the things that I would tell you is that you have to be committed to the change that you're making. And you have to make a decision that you're going to stick to it no matter what, right? You can't just sit up here and say, oh, I'm going to change this and I'm going to change that and I'm going to be this kind of person. and you don't change within here, because all you're doing is talking. Remember, change happens from the inside out. That means you go within first, you make the decision first, you say what you're going to do first, you work on yourself first, you find ways to love yourself more first, you get the help that you need first, and then everything on the outside will change, right? Then the commitment levels that you're making is easier. And then the stress levels are lower. And then the ways in which you're trying to get to the next level, even though you will have challenges, you'll be a little bit cooler. We got to realize that in order for us to really get to where we need to be, y'all, that little piece we have to change is our self value. Our self value. How do we see ourselves? What are we looking at within us? Why is it that we do the things that we do? Right? That's why I made the I'm Loving Me Project logo the way it was the first time. It's a heart with a little stain in it, right? It's a heart with a little stain in it. Why? Because we love what we love, and we know that we are able to love and we are love, but then there's just a little bit of piece that we need to work on. And that little piece, once we face it, once we work on it, once we understand it, and once we know it, we'll be able to see our lives change. And it's difficult to do because I keep telling you guys, you got to unlearn a whole bunch of stuff that you learned before. And that unlearning comes with new repetition, new habits, new ideas, new friends, managing money better, doing a whole bunch of stuff in a different way outside of whatever it is that you're currently doing. Because remember, what you're currently doing, if it's giving you the same results and you don't like them, it's not working. It's not working. You have to understand that there are pieces of you that you love and there are pieces of you that you don't love. And the pieces of you that you don't love about yourself, the little stain that is in you, is the thing that is holding you back. I sat up here and I said, you know what? I said, now, uh, for me this year, I am going to do more teaching because you guys know the what. You know what's wrong, right? And you know why you want to be able to change. But there's a lot of you, including myself sometimes, who just don't know how. The how is missing. How do I get to the next level, Gloria? How do I make this change? How do I go ahead and start to move things around and make good decisions? And then being able to stick to those things, getting a routine for them. I keep telling you guys, it's not easy. It is not easy to change habits. And you can find that out just by fasting for a couple of hours, right? You fast for a couple of hours and that stomach start growling. You could think of everything under the sun that you want to eat because you're saying to yourself, I'm not used to this. I need to be able to get something in my body and being disciplined enough to go ahead and not eat. Hey, Kim, it is very hard for me to not do that. Well, what you got to understand is now in 2023, I just moved into, if you do the seasons of life, which I'm going to keep bringing up and we're going to teach more often. I have moved into my 9 year, which means that a lot of the stuff I need to start letting go of. Last year in 2022, I was in my 8th year. That was about, abundance and freedom, and I had all of that stuff, right? And I was happy about that. I was happy that the work that I've done was finally paying off. We did a lot of stuff, but now that I'm moving into my 9th year and I'm going into my winter time, it is about me evaluating stuff. Everything that has happened is about me letting go of those dead branches, letting them go. It's about understanding that it is time to not only look at myself, but do what I said I was going to do, which is service. So the pieces of me that I need to change is learning how to be more disciplined, serve more, understand that I don't have to do it all by myself. Lean on those people who ask me, can they help me? And being okay with the fact that I am in a position where I am growing and learning. That's the piece that I need to change. Getting a little bit more disciplined. What is it that is in you that you just got to tweak? Every time, and I want you to think about this. Every time we sit up here and we say, this year is going to be different, I am definitely going to be saying no more. I'm definitely going to be doing different things more. Something happens to us and we go right back into the same cycle, right? And we always ask ourselves, how the hell did we get here? Why is it that I can't move out of what I'm in? How come I can't move my life to the next level? Even though I'm listening, I'm doing stuff, I'm investing in myself, I'm learning all this stuff, and it's just not working. It is not that. It is you. It is you. It is you. And the answer that you need to hear out loud is that the self value, what is that, Gloria? The way that I feel about myself, the way I see myself in the world, the way that I show up in the world, the way that I give myself to people. There's something in it that has a stain. And I don't know what it is. And I can't figure it out. But what I do know is that I don't like it. What I do know is that I believe that life is not giving me a fair deal. And I would say to you again, the problem is that you're not going within. And you say, Gloria, well, I go within and I just don't see. Like, I don't know what's wrong. You're settling for things because you believe that that's the way life is for you. You get what I'm saying? The reason why you're where you are is because you need more self value. You don't value yourself a lot. And you believe that the life you have right now is the life that you should have forever because you don't see a way out. And that is what needs to change. You're blinded by everything that's going on. You're blinded by everything. You're blinded by your job, the money, the kids, and all that stuff. And you're not seeing you. You're not seeing you. And you say, I do go within, Gloria. I do look at myself, and what I like, I don't see, because what you focusing on is all of your failures, your disappointments, and how you believe you should be. And you're putting pressure on yourself. That's not what I'm saying. You're judging you. And you're saying to yourself, well, I don't want to look at that anymore because every time I look within myself, I don't like what I see. Well, sometimes you got to face that so you could change. You got to be able to see the bad stuff to tweak in order for you to move differently. And you say, Gloria, well, that's too hard for me to face. Well, you're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again until you do. Well, you say, I see all my flaws. I wasn't a good mom. I wasn't a good friend. I wasn't a good daughter. I wasn't a good this. You all over the place. Because that's not what I'm saying. How you go within. I know I came a long way in my life. And I know at this point in my life, things need to change. What has gotten me to this point has served me well. But now there's a couple of things that I need to clean up because I want more for my life. So, what does that look like? What does more look like? I am grateful and I am happy for the things that I have right now. No doubt about it. I am. I'm grateful that I have food on my table. I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head. And I'm also grateful that I have a family that I have created up to this point who loves and support me. And so now I want to be able to be more of a mother to my family. I want to be able to be more of a businesswoman, a co-worker, a manager, or whatever it is that you want. I want to be more in control of my life. I want to be able to explore more, to love more, to be more. I want to be able to live just a little bit more and see the things that I like. So, how do I go ahead and do those things? Well, that takes me understanding and knowing that if I want to be more or more of a grandmother, more of a love and supportive mother, I have to be more love and supportive of myself. Because when I look at my kids and I look at my grandkids, I can't see the judgments and the faults and the guilts. I gotta be able to hold that space for them when they need me, and know and understand that I have to listen to them because they're on the same journey. And in order for me to give them good advice, I gotta be able to work on myself. In order to be that great businesswoman, that great co-worker, I gotta be able to understand that people go through things too. And everything is the people that I bring into my circle. That is the most important thing. And I don't have to take a whole bunch of stuff personal because people have their own journeys that they are on. So if they start bringing their stuff to work, I got to know and understand that it ain't about me. It's not about what they're doing to me. It's what I allow, and I can form my own boundaries. And I don't have to sit up here and live paycheck to paycheck. I can say to myself, how can I be better with what it is that I'm doing now in order to grow? And if I don't see any growth in it and I don't see how it can get better, then how do I change that around so I can get on that path? You get what I'm saying? That's how you have to be able to talk to yourself, because that's when you start to see how much you value yourself. This year, like I told you, you know what it is that you want and you know why you want it. You just don't know how, right? You just don't know how. You're going around in this circle and you're saying to yourself, I'm doing everything I think I know how to do. And I feel you. You run around and you do things that you think people tell you, go do this, go do that, or whatever. At the end of the day, it's still here. You carry yourself around with you every day, everywhere you go. And you have to be able to tap in to that little piece, because it's not that big, it's small. It's not that big. And make a decision about where do you go from here. If you got to say no to them, say no. Say no. Well, I don't want them to think that I'm not there. How long are you going to sit there and feel the guilt of something that you have no control over? These people are grown. You can let it go. Stop feeling guilty about what you did in the past. And you say, Gloria, I tried to, but that shit keeps showing up. Every time my kids walk through the door, child, and every time I go to that job, and every time I'm looking at my mate, every time I just see it over and over again. And I just say to myself, damn, that's only because you looking for it. It's only because you're looking for it. The moment you stop looking for it and look at something better, the moment it will change. You see what I'm saying? It's only the little pieces that need to change. You don't have to do no grandiose thing. I keep saying that. It's just the little things. Reflection is so important. I say that to everybody. Reflection is so important. Why? Because it gives you the opportunity to look at who you are and really decide if that's a person you really like or what needs to change. For real. If you know you do things last minute, like me, and I tell myself all the time, we're going to do this stuff ahead of time. We're going to do this ahead of time. And I just sit up there and just be like, I'll do it tomorrow. And tomorrow gets here and it's the ninth hour, y'all. And I said, why do I get myself in these situations? Because I haven't learned my lesson. I have not learned my lesson. Because it don't hurt enough. And I told myself this morning, it's when it's got to hurt you, Glow, that you change. When are we going to stop that? When are we going to stop that? It doesn't have to hurt. You could do things ahead of time and be on point with your stuff. But you wait and let it hurt. And then you say, well, I guess I better get up and do something because it ain't going to do nothing but get worse. Can't do that no more because you miss out on so much, delaying your blessing. And you stress yourself out so much where you only focus on that one thing, and all the rest of the opportunities that came beforehand, you can't even concentrate on them because you doing something that you should have done long time ago. What piece of you needs to change in order for you to have a great 2023? How about the rest of your life? Not even a great 2023, the rest of your life. That's what I want you to ponder on this morning. Okay? That's all I got. I'll be around today. I got of course a lot of last minute stuff to do. A lot of last minute stuff to do, but I'm gonna get it done. Again, I want you guys to have a great and happy new year. Understand and know that this thing called life that we on, it's a journey. But understand you don't have to self. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's trying to figure it out. You're not the only one. And if you fail at some things, that's okay. You can get back up and you can try again and you can do it again. Right? And you'll do it better because you learned a lesson along the way. And if you didn't learn your lesson, you just go right back to the same class until you figure it out. But I'm hoping, and my prayer is that this time around you'll do something different. You'll value yourself more. You'll love yourself more. You'll understand that now is the time because time is waiting for no one. People are dying left and right. People are moving around trying to figure out what you already know. That's the beauty of it. And I'm going to let you go because I'm getting fired up again. People are literally running around trying to figure out what you got. And you think what you got ain't shit. But you got a whole lot more than most. And you saying to yourself, I just don't understand why I can't get. You got to tweak it a little bit and you got to be grateful. And you got to love yourself more. Okay? I'll see y'all on Wednesday. All right, bye.